What's up, y'all? This is Raina Williams.
And I am JB the Jeweler.
And you are now tuned into
Somebody Come Look at This. Fruity, tooty, fresh and fruity. Drop them drawers, give me that booty. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That could be a hit.
That could be a hit.
That could be a hit.
What's good, everybody? We on another episode of Somebody Come Look at This.
Yes.
And JBO here with his new song idea.
Did that get recorded?
Yeah, it did.
It did? Is that how we began the episode?
It really is.
All right. The secret's out, I guess.
We don't have to.
No. Keep it in. I'm working on a Baltimore club banger.
Yeah, that's
Some
it.
would say
It's
Jersey
the collab.
club, you know.
Let's go.
Some even in Philly. Say,
Yeah.
You know, so love to be more Jersey.
Please, because I
Philly.
feel like we don't be getting the love we deserve.
Yeah, Baltimore doesn't really get the love it deserves.
No. And we don't give the love we deserve to our own selves sometimes.
That's real. Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, one of my qualms. You know how Lil Uzi had the song I Just Want to Rock.
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard that. That song was everywhere, like a summer or two ago?
Yeah.
At this point. And he's from Philly.
Yeah.
And much love to Lil Uzi. I like Lil Uzi. My girlfriend loves Lil Uzi. And we're always listening to some Lil Uzi in her car. She always plays some songs that I never heard before. He got this one song. I don't know what the name of it is, but in the hook, he's like I got neon guys. Like Elon Musk. And this was before Elon Musk, was doing Nazi salutes, at least in public.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I like Lil Uzi. But I was gonna say Lil Uzi, man, when that song came out, I was like, damn, he's gonna, when he does the video, he could really show love to like Jersey. There was a Jersey producer that produced the song. Like he could show love to Jersey, like Newark, right, where they do the Jersey Club or Be More, Philly. Like it'd be cool to have really show love to that underground scene, to the culture. That music has like a culture.
It really
that
is.
Goes way back. I was kind of disappointed that in the end he just kind of like did the video in New York, like and like. I don't know. I was kind of disappointed.
What did you expect?
I'm trying not to hate on him.
No.
Like I said, I like him. But yeah, I just thought he could have showed love to the culture a little bit there. But I'm sure like there's label politics involved. The label was probably the one that was like, you got to film it in New York. And, stuff.
Yeah, that's whack shit too. That's why. Yo, speaking of labels, did you hear that Paramore just finished a 20-year record deal? They were locked in for 20 years.
Really? Since what, 05?
Fucking diabolical, yo.
Since 05, It would have to be.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is, I don't, like, and this is why I tell so many people, and I always have to remind myself as well, like, when you're an artist and you're on a path and you make music and say that your music isn't exactly like the mainstream thing, but you're good and you're talented, and like, thinking that having a record deal is what's popping is not. Now, granted, we live in a different age, right? But from my era coming up, especially like when I was in my early 20s, so you're talking about like, the early 2000s or whatever like that, like people wanted to have the record deal. They wanted a deal. They wanted a distribution deal.
Yeah, that was the way out.
That was the way out, and it seemed like the way out, but that was the way in to a lot of just debt. And like energy debt and time debt and like, feeling, and a lot of times those labels, even now, I mean, granted, the record industry is like in panic meltdown mode at this point.
Oh, I can imagine. Because nowadays you don't, I mean, I feel like I've been hearing the whole, you don't need a record label anymore
You don't.
for a while now. But like, I feel like now more than ever you don't, because if you could just make a song and then it goes viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's all you need. I mean, I think we spoke, I don't know if we spoke about this on a previous episode, but we even spoke, I know personally, maybe on a previous episode, that you got artists out here that'll have a song blow up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then they go do a live show.
Right.
And people only want to hear that 10-second snippet of what they heard, and then they walk out afterwards, and then the artist gets mad, which is, I guess, the other side of that coin.
It is.
But yeah, like you were saying, you really don't not to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
You don't. You don't.
You don't.
Really.
But yeah, but that 20-year is crazy. But I love how, Haley Williams, she released this song on TikTok or whatever that it ended up going viral.
I'm talking about the one where she shouts out Morgan Wallen, the country singer. I think that's the song you're talking about. I heard about this.
No, I
I'm
don't.
actually a big Paramore fan.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it's that, because this is the one called True Believer.
Oh, no.
So
Okay.
yeah, so this is a song that is really something that I feel like is necessary from somebody who is white in America, like a
Right.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl singing a song basically about
Her hair was a lot of colors.
a lot of colors. But right, it's blonde now.
She's naturally blonde right now?
It's blonde
Okay.
now. So,
Sure, I remember
but
she always
just
had
her
the
being
craziest haircuts.
just her being a white young lady, a Caucasian person. But yeah, she's talking about, it's kind of this weave of the darker side of like American culture and just the religion and the whitewashing and like that. So it's heavy without being very like graphic.
Yeah.
It just the feel of it and her lyrics. I really, definitely check out. She actually performed it on Jimmy Fallon, and it was amazing.
Shout out to Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, so I mean, I just and her the band that she had, it was like this. She was kind of like in the middle, but kind of in the back, and like in front of her and around her was like this string orchestra of about 10 black women, different ages, and then in the front, it was the white dude with the guitar singing with her. But I guess it was a very deliberate, like focus, like to amplify just even the talents and just making this song, trying to honor, because like get digging into history. Like I feel like that like we forget. A lot of times when you get older, you don't remember stuff that you've learned in history class. So like when people talk about it and it seems that like, stuff didn't happen so long ago that we can be like, oh, we're just going to forget about whatever happened. So well, big ups to that. But like she released a song on her own because she could say whatever, like the label would never let her release this song. I just put it straight to you like that.
Yeah.
Like a song like this, now I'm interested in listening to her album, and
I guess, she was talking about, she just released a whole album, a solo album.
Solo album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's, a talented,
dope,
she's so talented, man.
She's dope. Haley Williams, she is, I think her vocals are distinctive.
Yeah.
And powerful. And I don't think, I feel like now they're getting the credit, but I don't think that she gets enough credit for how powerful her vocals really are.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why like B.O.B. requested or wanted her on airplanes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I remember my brother used to listen to Paramore when they were popping.
Yeah.
They're really popping. Like they're I think a legendary group at this point.
Yeah.
But
20 years.
Yeah, when I think like 2010, I'll say 2011.
Yeah.
He was listening to a lot of that stuff, and I was listening, as I always have, to mostly rap and hip hop. But I remember like always kind of like bopping my head. And,
yeah.
Like, and now that I'm older, and like where we work, they play that one song like "Ain't It Good Living in the Real World."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that I always I like that song. Yeah, I mean Paramore is. I only listen to a few rock bands, and Paramore is definitely one of them.
You know what's the other one that got some rockin' ass vocals, but shorty, she got too big for her britches for a little while, so they broke up.
Who's that?
Evanescence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. The pipes, bro. Like, she played the piano, like her arrangements and all of this stuff. But then she started like thinking she was so hot shit, like real fast, and her band was like, "What?" Like,
is that what happened?
Yeah, and
really?
then they kind of like parted ways, and then she tried to go solo really fast, like being like, "Oh, now I'm me." I can't remember her name, but damn. And then
I never knew.
They got back together, Amy Lee. That's her name.
Yeah.
Then they got back together recently, and they sound fucking great. And it's like this. This is what's happening. I saw. Well, since I saw you, I had a birthday, and that was fun.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to me. Shit, Virgo season is over, but that's okay.
Happy birthday, Raina.
Thank you.
And
appreciate you.
I apologize for getting your name wrong all this
It's okay.
all this time. I know your fans were not happy with me about that. I apologize. That was my bad. 100%.
Oh, good.
Completely.
You know, you're my brother from another mother.
Yes,
It's
yes.
forgiveness and
I
love over
appreciate
here
that.
all the time.
I appreciate
Ain't
that.
shit. My chicken wing on the string, bro.
When he said that to me, I was just like, fuck. We're fucking
And I'm like,
8 episodes in.
yeah, you good. Because you didn't say it
They're
too
like,
much.
does he even know you?
Is he even your friend?
Yeah, does he even know who you are at all?
Are you in the same room
Yeah. I'm out in Idaho.
with the potatoes?
Yeah, on my Instagram, I took one picture in New York with a Yankees fitted, but in reality, I'm from Nebraska.
Damn, I've been in Nebraska.
Is it nice? I mean, I feel like, a lot of those states get hated on, and being from Jersey, there is a certain aspect of us
Okay.
being like, all right, we're from Jersey, we got the city, we got all this and everything. And then you think of the flyover states, Idaho, Nebraska, Rhode Island, I think is another state people forget about.
Yeah,
Vermont.
Rhode Island's small. Oh, Vermont's beautiful.
Vermont, I think is another state
Sheesh.
people forget about.
Dog.
The lesser known states.
Yeah, this country is beautiful and mostly rural. This is what I have to tell most people this. You have to know that. America has cities, but it's mostly rural.
That's where the food comes from.
That's where listen, it doesn't come from the
Doesn't
sky.
yeah, we get it shipped here.
Yeah, we get it shipped here. People grow shit. And I remember when I was in Nebraska, I was like, it's so flat out there. Like, they sort of have, like, hills.
Uh-huh.
But it literally, I'm riding through, and I'm like, reminds me of Dances with Wolves. I'm expecting to see some buffalo run over the hill at any time now, but that will never happen. But either way.
Oh, really? No buffalo in Nebraska?
At least not there. You know where I did see buffalo? When we went to Denver. Denver,
Oh, okay.
they have, like,
That makes
this,
sense.
Yeah, they have, like, this preserve on the arsenal or whatever, this land that used to be like military or something, but now they got like animals out
Like
there.
an old military base?
Yeah, it's sort of, yeah. It's just
Okay.
and there's like a bunch of buffalo out there, which is cool. You can
Is
see
it like
them.
an animal rescue? Is that what it is?
No, it's just a place
It's
for
just
them to
like you said, like a reserve?
yeah, for them to
hang
be.
out?
Yeah, they could just be.
There we go.
And I saw some
That's
little
nice.
babies, some little baby calves, the little buffalo calves.
Yeah, which
Seen
will
some prairie dogs.
Could probably still just level your ass.
You know,
The calves.
you know what's crazy? So how it is like you drive through. You're not supposed to get out of your vehicle.
Okay.
Even though there's fences, right? But you drive through, and it's this kind of long drive. And at first, we weren't really like seeing any buffalo. It's really beautiful. We were seeing a lot of prairie dogs and some rabbits.
I love prairie
like,
dogs.
Yeah, and they're popping up with their little head.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, don't they like, maybe I'm thinking of meerkats. Don't they like lounge around too? I feel like they like napping, and that's why I like them.
Prairie dogs, yeah, maybe. But I just know I kept seeing them. They were cute. And then we rolled up and we turned this corner, and then I don't know, we had been driving maybe about 10, 15 minutes. And we stopped a couple places. There, see some in the distance, some beautiful birds. There was a lot of birds, real crazy looking birds there. Like, just crazy colors I had never really seen here. Like, I was like, oh, snap, that bird is like bright green and black. And another
Nice
one was
plumage.
like, yeah, and it looked like a yellow bird. And, but then we pulled up, and here comes some buffalo. In the distance, they were like all hanging out. And then we pull up, and my wife rolls the window down, and they start walking towards us. Now, mind you, they were pretty far off, but she had her phone zoomed in. So when you looking through the phone, and they start walking towards you, like, oh shit, they're getting closer.
Oh, yeah, this is real life. Oh,
But
wait
then-
a minute. They're not just on my, I'm not on Instagram. I don't have TikTok open.
Right, and here
This
they
is
come.
real life.
They coming closer, but not really. But they were going towards where the water was, and then that's when I saw the little baby calf, two of them coming around. I was like, oh shit! But those buffalo were beautiful, like even at that distance,
Majestic creatures.
and just like the fur, and it did remind me of Dances with Wolves. You ever seen that movie?
No, I was about to
Tatanka.
ask you, isn't Dances with Wolves? I feel like I
Kevin
had
Costner.
this conversation with my girlfriend or with somebody recently. Isn't that movie like 4 hours long?
Oof, it is pretty long.
Isn't that like one of them movies you really got to buckle in?
It's a two-parter. That's a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. Dances with Wolves.
It's
No,
yeah, it is long.
I think I think
How
I
did my
heard.
little young ass watch that movie? I watched
Oh,
it.
wait a minute. Okay, it's long.
It's long. It's
but
not that
it's
long.
3 hours.
That's
That ain't
lengthy
too
though.
bad.
That's lengthy.
But yeah, that is a commitment.
Yeah,
Which,
that's a
I
good
mean,
one. Because there's definitely parts to it. It's not like it's this long drawn out thing. There's sections.
Okay.
Right? Because Kevin Costner, he's like a soldier, or one of them Union soldier, Confederate, one of them fucking American civil bullshit soldiers. And over
You
here,
said he's a Union or a Confederate?
he.
Raina, that's gonna play a big factor into my enjoyment with this particular protagonist.
I don't think that he. It wasn't.
I'm gonna look it up.
It was look it up because I don't think it was about like slavery time. It was more like the when they was moving west.
Okay.
No, we're going west now, and we're gonna slaughter all these. I'm not trying to go there. Sorry.
Yeah, you know, follows Union Army Lieutenant.
Union. There we go.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
he goes out there and some shit happened to him and he get all out. He's out in the wilderness and some, buffalo coming through and all this. And something happens where these are different sections. Like at first he's like at war, and then he's in this fucking cabin by himself, and then it's brrr, and he wakes up because he thinks it's an earthquake, but it's all this stampede of buffalo come by, and then he finds this woman. This is how it starts. Does he find a woman who also looks white? But she's been living and growing up with the native people, so she spoke their language. She didn't speak English.
Yeah, I think it's the Sioux tribe or Sioux tribe.
Yes, and the Graham Greene.
Lakota
Sioux.
Mm-hmm.
And Graham Greene's character, he was one of the chiefs in the tribe that he ends up meeting, and they was hesitant about him, but basically he starts living with them because he's like, they just left him out there. I forget why. For some reason he out there stranded at his post or some shit, and but he has to deal with like the not so nice native indigenous people, and then the Sioux who was just chilling because people was beefing. Humans are going human, but I hate when people make that excuse about they was fighting. That don't give nobody a right to come over and just be like, all right, we just y'all gonna leave, you know. And if you don't, that's just crazy. But that movie's really good, and it's like 3 years. I can't believe I used to watch that shit as a kid. 3 hours.
What age did you watch Dances with Wolves?
Oh, I know why. Because that was one of my fish tank cleaning movies.
Fish tank cleaning movies. Tell me more.
So, like, my mom used to have this 55-gallon fish tank.
Uh-huh.
And in order to clean it, you have to, it took time. So, like, I would find a movie and put one on that was kind of long.
Tank. I used to work at a pet store. That's a big tank.
Yeah. So, the
like
other...
a coffin almost.
Mm-hmm, the other movie that I used to watch, my fish tank cleaning movie, was Shawshank Redemption.
That's a good one.
And that's also a long one.
That's a good one.
Nice long one, too.
Yeah.
And I would, just as it was
Dufresne,
finishing.
What was his name? Something Dufresne?
Andy Dufresne.
Narrated by Morgan Freeman.
That's a great movie. Great movie. But the fish tank cleaning, I used to do that. That's one of my odd jobs.
And what, you just cleaned it for mom?
Yeah, because I was her, even though I'm her daughter, I was also her son.
Fair.
I cut the grass.
Fair.
Not to play in the gender roles and no shit, but it was just interesting how she realized that I liked doing those things. I did enjoy it.
She saw an opportunity.
She tapped in.
She saw it. I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of how my girlfriend is at her place.
Yeah.
She did lose her father, unfortunately. But she's the one who takes care. She mows the lawn. She edges the lawn. She fixes shit in the house that goes bad. Like she fixed a chair that went bad. She fixed like some, I don't even know what you would call it, like the duct of like a dryer.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? That tunnel. Looks like something cats would run through.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The shiny
exhaust.
Thing, the exhaust.
The exhaust extension.
Yeah. She hooked that back up. Honestly, that's kind of what a lot of the stuff my girl does at her place too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's good to be handy, regardless of your gender expression.
Yeah.
It's good to be handy because you gotta make. Sometimes you gotta fix shit. I know my dad. He always said, if you gotta learn how to do something, learn how to sew. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, just in case your button pops off.
That makes sense.
Just in case you got a hole in your shirt. That's the only shirt you got. And I'm like, well, Dad, I hope that's not the only shirt I got. He was like, but still.
Yeah.
It's a good.
In case, right?
Right. And he's like, it is a good skill because it also is like about knots, and knots are good because I go fishing, and fishing you got to feed yourself. I mean, it's all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected. It all boils down to knots. And at the end of the day,
At the end of the day,
honestly, that's not that far fetched. Stitching, knots, right?
you know. Hey, I might be on to something.
The shoes that I got on right now, stitching. Socks, stitching.
Yeah.
Clothes, stitching. The car, stitching. You know, it's
what
all...
car is stitching? Who car? You driving a fabric car?
No, the seats.
Oh.
The seats, right? You got to sit on something.
Yeah.
Unless,
Upholstery.
you want that Model T.
Yeah.
That hardwood seat that sends the suspension up your ass every
Oh my
bump.
God! Or you gonna drive a Cybertruck?
Yeah, right. One of them big.
I can't say it without saying Cybertruck.
Because it's like a big toy. I feel like anybody who buys it, it's a toy. I think nobody's buying a Cybertruck out of like, I'm looking for a car. It's a daily driver. I need something. Oh my God. Like, no. It's somebody who has like a vehicle already or a couple. And they're just
100%.
doing it to show off.
And I heard, not entirely sure if this is completely true, but probably is, that you can only lease them. They're
Really?
$300K.
You can't buy
like
them.
something about the look it up. Like one of
that.
Tesla's like business models. Please fact check me. But that's what I heard that some of their business models like you lease their vehicles and not purchase them. Like you can, but they encourage you to lease them because them joints $300K. Like how the fuck else you gonna have a fleet? I saw somebody that had a fleet. They had like 4 Cybertrucks. Like how did you get that? You start your business 4 Cybertrucks?
Oh, they did it for their business.
They $300K each. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can actually, but like, who's buying those? Who's buying that? Please, because somebody was like, oh, you can only you can only lease them.
Off the bat, I'm seeing it initially included a controversial no resale clause for the first year. By completing the transaction, take your delivery, you agree to purchase the vehicle you configured. The final purchase price, no resale policy.
What?
Could result in a $50,000 penalty.
What?
They briefly re-added that. Since been removed.
So that
but then again, they've been out. They said it was for the first year. They've been out for longer than a year now.
So I'm wrong then.
I don't really know for sure. No resale.
And I'm fine with being wrong. Shit. Either way, it's a $300,000 vehicle. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like for real, like it's fine. People like what they like. You want to drive a dumpster with wheels? Be my guest.
That's what it is. You know what it reminds me of? I saw one the other night in Elizabeth. That shit reminds me of. You remember the movie War of the Worlds? You remember the spaceships that came out of the ground with that big horn? Ball, right? One of the most terrifying sounds I've ever heard in a movie. I still think about that sound and how much I would shit my pants if I heard that chilling at home one day. But it like the head of those fucking things.
Yeah,
that's what the body of the Cybertruck looks like to me. It looks like the head of them aliens from War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
Yo, why didn't I see that?
You haven't seen War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise?
My dad was just telling me about Dakota Fanning in that last night. He was like, yo, because the new Predator movie, Predator Badlands is coming out in a couple of weeks. And Ellie Fanning, who is Dakota Fanning's sister, is in this. And
she's like half a cyborg.
In the film, yeah.
That looks fucking weird.
Yeah, and he's like carrying on his back.
Yeah, that looks a little out there. But
I can't wait.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning was at War of the World. She screams through like 75% of the thing. She just screams and like, yeah.
What's that other movie she was in when with Robert De Niro? And they try to say it's an MK Ultra movie. Because you know that you know that shit they talking about Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what they said about the shooter for the Dark Knight movie. Was it Aurora, Colorado?
Oh yeah.
That they said because afterwards, after he did it, he just kind of silently walked out and gave himself up, like he didn't do anything, like almost like robotic, and like there was a switch. I'm saying like a ton right now.
Yeah.
Like there was a switch that just turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
yeah. The MK Ultra is weird.
That's not. I don't think that's like there are. To be honest, I personally try to stay away from conspiracy theories because I feel like that can get addictive in its own way.
Yeah.
Because you're like, there is kind of an addiction to like feeling like you know more than the average person.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean,
that one I don't think is far fetched.
it's actually not. I
Like,
actually did
a
some.
super soldier program.
Well,
That's not. I don't think that's far fetched that the countries would want to learn how to make super soldiers.
right, and it came from the scientists that ended up coming here after Nazi Germany.
After Nazi Germany,
So
yeah,
it's
that's what I was thinking.
It's a mind control situation. So it's one of
Castle
those things.
Wolfenstein type.
Yo, Wolfenstein.
That's
one of the
great
first
game
games.
series.
The game. Oh man,
Great game
I played the
series.
very first Wolfenstein and didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's how all PC games were back in like the 90s.
Yeah, because you had to play on the keyboard. And like
Yeah, you didn't
forward, back.
You were just like kind of just happy to be there. You know, you weren't like, you know what was the ultimate mind fuck of a game?
What?
I don't know anybody who's ever completed this game.
What?
Myst. Do
Huh?
you remember Myst
I
on
didn't
the
even
PC?
touch. I didn't even touch Myst.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
You remember that fucking game?
I never played it because I was like, nope, I'm not
gave
getting
you
addicted.
No guidance. It told you nothing, to my knowledge. Then again, I was a little kid, of what you were supposed to do. And I have never known a person who has completed Myst. I don't even know what the point was. I don't even know what the story was.
Damn.
It just at the time looked really good.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like an open world game. Like you could explore the area.
No.
But there, literally, you were just walking around with no guidance on what to do. Myst was, in my opinion, the ultimate, like, that sort of game. Duke Nukem. I remember Duke Nukem
I haven't
was
heard that name in a while.
the game I played on my grandparents' computer looking over my shoulder. Because that was like one of the first games you could go into, like, you know, an adult bookstore. It was kind of like
Oh yeah,
cheeky,
damn.
I guess might be the word for it. It was Duke Nukem was. I remember that. The funny thing about the '90s too is that Duke Nukem, like, he's walking into adult bookstores, he's walking into strip clubs, he's cracking adult jokes. That was a demo on every computer in every computer store.
Yeah.
Any 7, 8-year-old kid walk right up to the gateway and pop
Not
open Duke
the
Nukem.
That's
And
it's called a
nobody-
gateway. That's
and-
what the fuck it's
yeah,
called.
No, gateway to not wanting to play with toy trucks anymore when you see them pixelated boobies.
Hey yo.
But the '90s was. I say it 1,000. The '90s was a wild time. The '90s was
90s
a
was
wild era.
Different. It was definitely
You
different.
know, like a lot of my neuro deficiencies, I think, can be attributed to the fact that
100%.
listen, I grew up on '90s wrestling.
Okay. All right.
You know, '90s. I look back on
Oh,
'90s
yeah.
wrestling. Oh yeah, like that was like. It's funny. I do that for my girlfriend all the time now. Like, because I'm into wrestling, so like she sometimes will watch the wrestling with me, and I'll do like the Macho Man. That's a really bad impression, but there's people who do it way better than me. But he did the Slim Jim commercials.
Step to a Slim Jim.
It's the cream of the crop. Hulk Hogan. See what
That guy.
You touched Miss Elizabeth's fanny, and I don't like that. I had the big storyline. Oh God! But the '90s was like when I really watched it. It was Stone Cold.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was the birth of the Rock. I remember when the Rock came out initially as Rocky Maivia.
Wow.
And he came out because his dad was, I think, Peter Maivia. And he came out smiling and like the good guy, the quintessential good guy. Just like, come on, guys, let's beat the bad guy. And at the time, this was around 96, I think it was, that was fading out. That wasn't, that traditional good guy, bad guy stuff was fading out. So like he came out and the crowd rejected him. The crowd literally used to chant, "Die, Rocky, die."
Dang.
And used to bring signs when he was Rocky Maivia. And then he finally joined the Nation of Domination, which was kind of like a play on like Black Panther-esque group in the 90s. And then he was allowed to become The Rock. And he became a bad guy. And that's when everyone started to like him because he was given the mic and allowed to tell the people what he really thought of them. And then, of course, and that ever especially, that's when the people started to like him. That's when he started to say all his wild shit. But yeah, Stone Cold Shawn Michaels, the Generation X. I mean, I got my girlfriend doing the you remember that? I'm sure you probably don't even watch wrestling, but you know about
I
the
remember
suck
that.
it.
I used
You know about the double hand
watch some
salute,
back in the day.
crotch salute. I got in trouble in
Chris
Little League.
Angle That was my era. You know, I mean, Undertaker been around for a minute, but I feel like that was.
Wait. You just confused the shit out of me, Tati. Did you say Chris Angle?
Is that his name?
You mean Kurt Angle?
Yeah, whatever.
I was like, did she mean Chris Angel? Like he didn't wrestle.
No, that's that magician dude. Kurt.
You mean Kurt Angle? Yeah,
Kurt
of course,
Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and what's his name?
He won an Olympic medal
Rikishi
with a broken
the big
friggin'
booty.
neck. Yeah, Rikishi the stink face.
Stink face.
He used to put that big cratered ass.
Crater.
Right, like, yeah, man. And then, of course, you can't mention 90s wrestling without mentioning, like, every week you had, the girls going on there,
Oh, yeah.
flashing the crowd and stuff. And I look back now and I'm like, holy, like, I was 8, 9 years old. Every Monday night, it was literally all the things.
I went to Monday Night Raw.
It was, you did?
I did.
Like, in the 90s?
I went to Monday Night Raw in the early 2000s.
Okay, so yeah, still Attitude Era.
Yeah, still Attitude Era. And it was very interesting because it's not like the same.
What,
it's
like
not
now?
the same as when you watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Versus, I mean, obviously cameras and stuff, but just even like the way it looks and how like loud it isn't.
Yeah.
And how I even watched one time they was doing, they did the sequence, right? Even when they come out and they play the music and stuff and they have like the lights.
Yeah.
All of the rest of the stuff that looks so flashy, it doesn't look flashy. I don't really know if it's something that they did in post-production or just the way that they shot it or because they had the lights right above it. But we all in the crowd really couldn't, like, it was interesting. It wasn't dark in there. It was interestingly, weirdly lit.
Yeah.
Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I went to a Monday Night Raw. I also went to WrestleMania, but WrestleMania was outdoors.
Yeah.
But I remember when I went to Raw, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There is a huge difference. I remember one thing that I remembered is how big the arenas look on TV.
Yeah.
But then when you're there in person, it seems a lot smaller.
Uh-huh.
And you kind of see the real scale.
Yeah.
And you kind of see some of the empty seats. And then, you don't hear the commentators.
Right.
You realize how much the commentators add to it.
Oh, yeah.
You don't, like you said, the music isn't as loud because, of course, it's not coming through the speakers on the TV. Oh, yeah, that's definitely like post-production. They edit in the music and some crowd noise and stuff.
Yeah, because the crowd
they
noise.
Focus, the microphones.
I saw them actually screw up a sequence.
Oh, I think you told me about this.
Yeah,
you
we're
went
like,
to see SmackDown.
Oh, was it SmackDown?
Yeah, you told, because SmackDown was taped. SmackDown was originally taped. Monday Night Raw was the live show, but SmackDown was the taped show.
Well, yeah,
I'm a wrestling nerd. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm starting to think, and I'm 100%, not 100. I'm 98% sure that, I know that's how it was when I was watching it. I don't know if early 2000s? Early 2000s, Raw was, Raw was live, SmackDown was taped.
Yeah,
and I think you said they kind of redid the moves.
Yeah, like something happened. He was supposed to like put I don't know who it was. It was I think it was Rhino. And
Rhino.
Some like B-list
ECW legend.
Yeah, some B-list guy. You're like, who's this? In one of them like high school wrestling leotards. Like he ain't even got a costume.
Was he a bigger guy, long hair, kind of stocky?
Yeah,
kinda
Rhino.
I'm
not him. Rhino versus a guy who nobody knew who he was.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It was Rhino,
and then there's some other.
So
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, Tati, you're about to have a lot of ECW heads.
No. I know who fucking Rhino is.
Rhino was an ECW legend. Okay,
Rhino
but
was
some jobber is what they call him.
Exactly.
A jobber.
The person he was versus.
So Todd Sheffield.
Right, Todd Sheffield. Everybody's like,
Yeah, and he's got like the generic white tape on his wrist and black trunks. He's about to get power slammed straight to hell.
So that's what happened. So they brought the table on the fucking mat or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Rhino puts the guy on top of the table. Then he goes to like do something. No, he tries to put him through the table, and the table didn't break.
Oh,
and I knew that the table was supposed to break. Like when it's supposed to break.
Of course.
I was like, oh shit. But because the leg of it, one of the legs gave way, and so I think that was the weakness. That took the force versus the table breaking. So then you see them. They didn't even really like panic. Like they kind of was like, oh, and then he got up and shake it off, and then here comes another table. Like they went back like 3 or 4 movies. I was like, oh, that's what they just did. And then here comes the table again. He put it on, boom. Then the table broke. So when I watched it, because
they probably edited it
oh, they
out.
edited the fuck out of
Yeah.
it, and it looked amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so when people say that, see, this is my thing. When people say wrestling is fake, I'm like, to a degree, but they're still putting their bodies through what they put their bodies through. It's like stuntmen with a storyline. It's like fucking soap opera stuntmen, stunt guys.
Yes.
And women.
Wrestling, this is me. This is the wrestling nerd, the mark, as they would say in the community, coming out. Wrestling is predetermined. It's not fake. Mm-hmm. It is predetermined. But I'm telling you, the bumps they are taking and the risks they're putting their body through and the injuries that they're getting are very real. The pain is very real.
And they had a documentary about how that part of that the drug use and like the opioid stuff. Because who was it that passed? The guy with the Spanish name?
Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
Eddie Guerrero.
And that shit is sad too. Like, you know, because it's the same thing. Because really think about it, like those guys are athletes in a different way that they're not competing for winning or losing in the sense of, you know,
records and
and
stuff
you know,
like that,
but like it's you got to work on your body.
Yeah.
You got to work it out. I know a guy who is like a semi-pro or like, you know, he wrestles in Philly, and I remember when going through the pandemic, he was like, a lot of guys stopped working out, and he was like, I didn't. And so when it was time to get back into doing it,
he was ready.
He was ready, you know, and he's really good at acting and wrestling, and his wrestling name is Corey Castle.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Good alliteration.
Yeah. And, but yeah, like that, you know, obviously it isn't for everybody, but I think that I understand the excitement of it and getting into it, and like, it is inspiring to watch it because you're like, damn, I need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I used to think that all the time, like, you know, especially like some of the ladies get up there, like, you know, China, you know, so she got
China
big, but she got, you know, she was very swollen, you know, definitely taking some extra help to get that big.
Oh, they
you know,
all do.
Yeah.
They all, and then,
juice
you know,
it up.
they kind of have to, because another thing too is, I also call it, you know, I think you put it really well, but I also call it's athletic Broadway. You know, it's almost like, I like what you said about stuntmen. It's like Broadway with stuntmen.
Yeah.
You know, because they're telling a story, but there's also a lot of athleticism involved. And the people who are like, you know, that's not real, right? You know that's not real, right? You know, but like, shut the fuck up. Okay, well, one thing I like to ask them is I like to say, so let me get this straight. When you go to the movies, you don't go to the movies. You've never watched a TV show or got into a TV show.
Right.
You've never enjoyed a game. You've never enjoyed a fiction book. Everything has to be real for you to enjoy it. Do you stand up in the movies and go, that's not really happening? No. You suspend disbelief and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's one of the silliest reasons to hate on what those guys do. And also, you know, you said they're athletes. You got to remember, these guys, there's no off season for them. Mm-hmm. Every other professional sport, even though it's not technically a sport anymore, but every other thing that's that athletically involved, they get an off season to recover, to rest. Everyone.
Yeah.
But wrestlers do not. Wrestlers are on the road over 300 days a year, on the road, traveling. A lot of them, too, their travel is not paid for.
Right.
They have to pay for their hotels because the main one, WWE, actually has them as independent contractors. They're not officially employees, which is a big controversy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you know, people wanted to come for Vince before, you know, they found out he was doing what he was doing with the women, with the text and stuff. Before that, a big thing was that the health insurance for wrestlers and taking care of them. And like you said, a lot of wrestlers got involved with pain medication. My favorite wrestler of all time, Shawn Michaels, was known for being really into pain medication at a certain point. And I remember he said that one of the things that stopped him is that he was at home. He was married at this point. I believe he had to stop wrestling because of a back injury. Kind of in the prime of his career, which was wild. And he was at home, and his son wanted to play with him and was climbing on top of him. And his son wanted to play with him, and he couldn't play with him because he was so pilled out.
Wow.
And his wife had to come and say, Daddy can't play with you right now. He's taking a nap.
Wow.
And he remembered that. And then Razor Ramon was another one that was, R.I.P. Razor Ramon. A lot of them got into like alcohol abuse, stuff like that. And honestly, if you're interested in that sort of, kind of those stories, there's a show called Dark Side of the Ring.
Okay.
On Vice TV. It's a series that's been around for years.
Oh, wow.
And they dive into specific ones. There was one on Eddie Guerrero. There was one on Chris Benoit.
I remember
and what
Chris
happened
Benoit
with that.
too, yeah.
I remember I was watching the pay-per-view that he didn't show up to. And I remember he was supposed to wrestle, and there was no announcement or anything. And this was back in 2007 when you still had the internet. So you would kind of know when a guy wasn't going to show up and was going to be replaced.
Right.
And I remember without any warning, all of a sudden, a guy named John Morrison, it was kind of his big break. John Morrison came out, and I was like, isn't this supposed to be Chris Benoit? And they didn't mention anything. They didn't say anything. And then I was like, that was weird. But like, why isn't, something he must have got injured or whatever, And then the next day I went to watch Raw, and it opened with Vince McMahon standing in a ring in an empty arena. And he said, basically, Chris Benoit is dead. Chris Benoit has been found. They didn't know about his family yet. So that whole 3-hour Raw was a dedication to his career. Can
you tell me what happened again? Because what happened?
He killed his son and his wife, and then killed himself in a murder-suicide.
Whoa.
And he placed their bodies in specific ways and put Bibles next to their bodies.
Whoa.
And then he hung himself from his weight machine.
That's insane.
He took the.
Why didn't I remember this?
Yeah, it's like they scrubbed him. And he was a legend.
He was. I remember
wrestler.
that. That was the time when I was watching. He was doing his thing.
He was I remember it was a big moment when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, man. I think at WrestleMania 20. But yeah, he when they did the Raw the next day, details were still coming out on what happened, and all they knew is that Chris Benoit was dead. So like they did a dedication show to him. They did a 3-hour show about his career and everything, and we're watching the show, and I remember the show ended at 11 p.m. I went online afterwards. This was back in 2007, before the iPhone, so I went on my computer.
Yeah.
I didn't go on my phone because that Nextel was not allowing web browsing like that. And so I went on the computer, I went onto this message board, and the news broke about what happened with his wife, that his wife and child were dead at 11:10 or something, right after the episode. And then I think it was either that night or the next day it was confirmed murder-suicide.
That's wow.
At that point, WWE got in a lot of trouble because people were like, how could you do a dedication show to a murderer? And it's like, they didn't know yet.
Wow.
They always do dedication shows to wrestlers that die.
Yeah.
And so they didn't know that yet. And then when it came out, they basically, Vince McMahon came out the next night, because the next night was SmackDown. He came out the next night and he said, listen, he said it in a much more professional way, but he was like, listen, the what actually happened has come to light, and we are sorry for the show last night. We did not know. We just figured that's what we should do, is honor this guy who wrestled for us. And so from here on forward, there will be no mention of Chris Benoit ever again. And that was it. That was it. You still to this day, really, not anything official from WWE. You will never see Chris Benoit in a video package. You will never see him in video games or anything.
Wow.
And,
I mean, that's standing on business, though. At the end of the day, not to say that Vince McMahon is like a great person, but
no, even as a kid, I saw something was fucked up about him.
Yeah,
something messed up about him.
Yeah. So I mean. But that's wild, man. I didn't even know that, and I'm into true crime.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring. Dark Side of the Ring is a great show about those stories, and there's just so many. Wrestlers, especially in the 80s and 90s, wrestlers live crazy fucking lives, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you get out there and
on the road,
people on the road, and everybody throwing themselves at you.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the 90s they were rock stars, man. That's Razor Ramon. I remember one time was talking about. That's one of the reasons that he started abusing alcohol and drugs is he said, listen, he's like, man, he said the best high I ever got was standing in front of an arena of 20,000 people, and they're here to see me, and they're cheering my name. He said, shit, man, over anything else, give me 10 cc's of that. And he said, when you retire and all of a sudden, now you're, maybe performing in bingo halls and you're going back to regular life.
Yo.
The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke is a great movie about that, shot in Jersey. The Wrestler is a fantastic movie about like the life after wrestling.
Yeah.
And how like they do kind of disappear in a way. I think now with podcasting and stuff, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
Because they could like start a podcast. And there's a lot of interesting stories, but in the mid 2000s, it was tough to be a retired wrestler. You just kind of fade into the background.
Yo, so you reminded me of this documentary that I watched about this guy. His name's Andy Fish. He's a tennis player.
Andy
Fish. And he was like, I'm trying to look up right now. Let's see, who did Andy Fish train with? Google. Tell me. Okay, Marty Fish. See, I be messing people's names up. That's that 43-year-old. As soon as I turn 43, I'm over here calling, Chris Angle and Fishy Fish.
You're about to become
Andy Fish.
You're going to become that you're becoming that older person.
Hey, listen, that's all right. That's all right. All right. Bring me that thing. Bring me that thing over there. Bring me that. Bring me that there clicker.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Bring it over.
You go through all the names of who it could be. My grandmother used to do that. She had like 3 daughters, but she would call me all of their names. But before she called me. She come over here, and she'd be like, Sylvia, why not me? Go down the line.
She had to rattle them off.
What's your name? I love you. No, Marty Fish. That's his name. Okay. Marty Fish. He trained with Andy Roddick.
Okay.
So Andy Roddick was like top tennis player in the world. But these guys grew up together, like training.
Okay.
And Marty, he was always like not quite there. And so I think he said when he was in his late 30s, he decided to just go hard with his training.
Okay.
And he became so good that he breezed through all of the tennis champion line. Number 1, he got chosen to go to this thing that they do overseas that like all of the countries pick their best freaking tennis players and then they play this like match. But you're like, that's the thing that was his top.
Okay.
Right? And the same kind of thing happened with him. Like he was like, all right, so what do I do now?
What do I do now?
And then he kind of had a mental breakdown. Same thing when I watched the documentary about what's his name, play for the damn Jets. Here I go again with the you know what I'm talking about.
That was a good
snapping.
snap. Yeah,
snapping. Aaron Rodgers. That's his name.
Okay, yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
And he tore his Achilles or whatever, but he was going through all, again.
He played most of his career with Green Bay, didn't he?
He did, and then he went to the Jets, and that's when,
that's when it happened.
But he replaced Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, he should have known going to the Jets. It's like purgatory.
Yeah, yo,
Like
and he got in trouble because he didn't want to. They were like, it was during COVID when he was like, they're like, yeah, are you vaccinated? He's like, I'm immunized. And because he went to some like person that gave him, the herbal shit or whatever, and so then he got in trouble. He was everybody's favorite dude, and then he did all of that, and then they started giving him all of this weird press, like trying to make him look. It was something like, look at him. He's not signing this cancer patient's thing. Meanwhile, he was like, yeah, but what they won't tell you is the week before when she was there and he talked to her for an hour. So that day that he walked past her, he didn't have time to stop and talk to her, but he had already talked to her. But the news was like, look at him. He's so terrible. But he said the same thing, but he ended up like going to like drink ayahuasca and like he ended up like taking some other players like to Peru to like sit with the grandma medicine, and I thought that was real interesting because the same thing. He's like, yo, I've won rings. I've like, when he was at Green Bay, that was the formative, like top years, And he's like, I got this, and I'm doing that. Like now, what do I do?
Yeah, he's been to the mountaintop, and also like I was talking about a friend of mine the other day. I was talking to him about athletes, right? Like athletes. That's their whole life, like not many people honestly could say. I mean, they've been doing that a lot of times since they are like in elementary school.
Yeah.
They're like they were kind of bred in a way to like play that sport. And their whole life has been sports. And a lot of times, I mean, when you're like an Aaron Rodgers, you're a championship MVP level player.
Yeah.
Your whole life, you've been the man.
Yeah.
All the way through life, you've been the man. And people love you. And people kind of like rolling the red carpet out for you.
Yeah.
And then, it's got to be just a jarring experience to all of a sudden have to wake up one day, because we all got to be by ourselves at some point. We all got to wake up and look at the ceiling for a moment by ourselves and think about the day, to wake up that next day when it's all done. And what do I do now? And you hear your success stories of players that transition into broadcasting, or I think actually the ayahuasca was probably a good call on his part. I mean, it'll probably psychedelics will probably help bring you closer to your true
for
reason
sure.
for being.
Like he even did like one of those like the darkness retreat or whatever they call it. Like basically like you sit in a dark room for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Like pitch black. I mean, you got toilet and like a place to sleep and like and I don't think there's food.
Dark?
You have water. Yeah, so you sit in the complete dark. It's because when you deprive yourself of certain senses, then you heighten others. So
I heard that's like solitary confinement in prison.
In a way, but so it's intentional, but it's just something.
And you only do it for a few days?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget, it's like 3 days or something like that, and I think you're like fasting, and it's the same thing where like the different North American. We were talking about the Lakota Sioux. They have the sweat lodge traditions. Like most North American indigenous people have, even over in where they have like reindeer and shit,
the
and
North
like
Pole?
Iceland, and they still practice their like native indigenous traditions where they similar to a sweat lodge, we call sauna, they pronounce it sauna, and their babies are born in the sauna. And when people die, they put their body in the sauna for a short period of time.
In the sauna. That sounds like some old, like, dirty South rap pronunciation of sauna.
In the sauna.
Maybe,
in the backyard, in the sauna.
Sounds like some Outcast.
Yeah.
Pronunciation.
Smoking on marijuana.
That's what it sounds like.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here he comes. He's like, wait a minute, you guys started without me? You rat bastards. You sons of bitches.
Hello, Garbanzo.
He's always chilling.
Quiet.
He probably woke up from a nap.
Yeah, he looked like he just woke up.
Yeah, he got those eyes. Yeah, those are nap eyes.
A little wobbly.
He just knew something was going. There he is.
Hey, buddy.
Now he's figuring it out. Mm-hmm. He's like, wait a minute, I see the microphone.
You got something to say? Oh, no, not yet.
Now you quiet?
Yeah.
He wants to just like. Did you hear that? That little. He's like the Greyhound Darla. He wants to just be part of the conversation. Yeah, he doesn't want to be the conversation. Maybe he doesn't want to be the center of the conversation. He's just like, the white woke up, but yeah,
you smell, dude. Why do you just perpetually stink?
He's purring though.
I don't understand. Yeah, he's purring.
He's
like
happy.
You give him a bath, and
happy
then
to be with you.
He is. He just smells. His little. One time, I smelled his little like cat pit. His little armpit. It smelled like onions. Like, what the hell your armpit smell like onions, yo?
I'm gonna be honest. From my perspective, I feel like hairless cats are more prone to be stinky.
Of course, 100%. But
they're
onions?
more prone to be stinky cats. Yeah, because he got no hair to soak it up.
But where's you eating onions, dude? Where you eating onion at? You know what he does do? I have to always remember after I cook to put the butter away.
Oh, he likes butter.
Yo.
I mean, don't we all?
I love butter.
Don't we all like butter?
Waking up in the morning, oh shit, I forgot to put the butter away last night, and I go out and it's on the counter. Because sometimes I think,
little
I'm gonna have soft butter when I get up in the morning for my toast. Nah, he just licks it, and then I gotta cut off like half the shit because he's asked to lick the fuck.
Yeah.
He likes butter, and he likes to lick. One time in my old apartment, we had a party, and Diamond Dave brought over a friggin' cake. And we used to sell a cake. and he brought over this cake, and this cat, people walked away. This motherfucker started licking the icing off the cake, like just I don't know. He likes that type of thing. Like whipped cream.
I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't sound too far fetched, Raina. Icing, butter. He sounds like a little person.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we all like? Now, if you were like, he loves Brussels sprouts. He just loves a sprout. I'd be like, okay, that's a little funky. But honestly, he sounds like me.
Oh.
He sounds like as a kid, I used to.
Did you eat your boogies?
No. How does that go from butter and icing
because
to
he
boogies?
eats his eye boogies.
Oh, he eats his eye boogies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then that's where we separate, Garbanzo. I'm sorry. You're on an island on that one,
salt
pal.
with your sugar butter.
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, yeah, you're on your own, bud. On that one. No. Although if we're admitting odd culinary
what's the weirdest
expeditions,
dish you've ever eaten? What's the weirdest?
the
thing?
weird honest as a kid.
In any time.
As
As a kid and as an adult.
As
Let's
a
do
kid,
it.
I used to like to eat dry cat food. I did. I enjoyed it. I felt like it had. I genuinely enjoyed the flavor and the texture.
Fuck?
Of
Was it Friskies? What was your brand?
I don't. Whatever we fed Misty. Whatever we fed Misty the cat. Like, I enjoyed dry cat food.
Did you go down there and eat it out the bowl?
No, because I didn't.
You put it in a bowl like some cereal?
No, I used to steal the bag. I have a memory of me hiding under the kitchen table like a feral child.
I am crying.
Hand in the bag and just like popping little kernels of dry cat food in my mouth like it's I don't know, like popcorn.
I don't know why that shit is so funny.
Dry cat food. Yeah.
Yo, munch it.
That's what
Wow.
I also liked dry fish food, fish flakes.
Fish flake. Hey, yo.
I enjoyed the fish flakes too.
Yo, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, it's this thing that I tried from Trader Joe's that was like some type of Japanese diversion of a scallion pancake, except it was like cabbage or something. And it came.
Is it the one in the red package? Was it that one?
Kind of, yeah. And it came with these like little fucking fish flakes.
Little fish flakes. That's exactly, yeah.
And it was bonito flakes, but that might as well have been some shit that I could have given to goldfish. And you put it on there, and then because of the heat, them shit's moving. They like start moving and stuff. It looks creepy. And I really wasn't fond of that dish. I got my money back. But still, like, the fish flakes. I can understand a little bit more.
I love seafood to this day. So maybe that was just the precursor to my love of seafood. And then I also liked drinking water out of the guinea pig's water bottle. You know that little bottle they had, or they still have, with the
little ball on it. So what did you do? Lick it with your little tongue?
I used to take it out the cage, and I used to like, if we're
like,
talking
why would
about
you pick the most difficult way to drink water as a human being?
Because Katie, my guinea pig, made it look so nourishing and delicious. And I remember my mom used to get so mad at me. She used to just stop drinking out the guinea pig. We joke about that to this day. Stop drinking out the guinea pig bottle, Jess. You weird little shit. I know for a fact she went on the phone with her friends and was just like, you won't believe what the fuck he did today. Their kids, did some normal bad kid shit. I'm just out here drinking out the guinea pig's bottle and stealing the Meow Mix from underneath the cupboard.
Not the Meow Mix.
I'm just running through the house. My mom chasing me with the Meow Mix, like a cartoon character is flying out of the bag. God. As I'm just trying to get as much as I can. It's like Beavis and Butthead eating nachos. Yeah, that was those. That's
Speaking of
the
Meow
weirdest.
Mix, sidebar, there used to be a lesbian party in the city called Meow Mix.
Called Meow Mix? What, in Bmore?
No, in New York.
In New
Once
York,
upon
called
a time.
Meow Mix.
Meow Mix.
You said it was a lesbian party?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meow
It's
Mix.
a cute name, right?
Yeah. All right, Tati, now I gotta know, what's the weirdest thing you've
As a
eaten?
kid?
Uh-huh.
As a kid,
What's the? Oh, I could tell. Just talking about my mom. When you're done, I'll tell you. My mom had a weird one too.
Oh shit. I mean, on purpose.
Yeah, that you enjoyed. That you were like, this is good, and it was weird.
You know what wasn't bad? You know them little propeller things from the trees that got the little helicopter fucking.
yeah.
I ate one of those before. Like I pried it open and ate it, and it kind of reminded me of a peanut. Like I feel like if you grabbed enough of them and busted them all open and roasted them shits, oh, that'd be good as fuck.
Good as
fuck.
That's not the craziest thing in the world.
Make some brittle. I mean, but do you think I'm a little kid? Oh, I ate gum off the ground at the playground that had been on the cement.
See, now that's what I'm talking.
That's what I know how dirt. When sometimes one time I ate something.
That's a little fucked up.
That's what dried. I don't know why people would do this, but freeze dried, dehydrated watermelon. Like watermelon is mostly water.
It's mostly water.
So you dehydrate it. It tastes like the gum off of the cement at the playground back in the day.
Okay,
that's what it tastes like, and it looks like human skin muscle.
Really?
We out here just looking crazy.
So you ate it off
dirt. Taste
off the ground.
Yo, I was wild with it. I was like, look at all this gum on the ground. I'm little and stupid, and and I found one that wasn't so stepped on.
Looks good to me.
And I scraped it back, and I was like, oh, underneath it's still pink because it was all dirty on top. And scraped it. And I tried it. And I thought
you came up.
Yo, listen, we out here doing whatever as little kids.
Yeah, you gotta learn.
But as an adult, what's the craziest thing you ever ate?
You know what? As an adult, I stay safely. I know my boundaries food wise. I'm a simple man. I don't venture out really. I'm trying to think what's the craziest. I'm not Andrew Zimmerman. I'm not out here looking to eat crazy shit, to be honest.
Well, that's
Raina.
good. So you got less adventurous.
I'm not. Older. Yeah, I'm not. I know what I like, and I sit in that box, and I sit there, and I enjoy what I like.
Yeah.
And
play it safe.
I'm trying to think. It's probably nothing even. It's nothing that anybody. I guess I got it all out of my system when I was shoving Meow Mix down my gullet. I guess I got it all out of my system at that point. You know.
I did taste a dog biscuit. I tasted a dog biscuit back in the day.
I feel like it would be tough to eat. I feel like it'd be too
bland.
You could chip a tooth.
It made a little bit. It was just bland, and it tasted very like the most lowest grade of like flour.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was just gross.
That's like the time my grandmother ate dog ice cream.
By accident?
Yeah, she was bad that day, so we said for dessert you get Frosty Paws. No, we didn't do that to her. But no, she used to get the cups of ice cream that came with like the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
And that was like her thing. I remember going to grandma's house. She always had the little cups of ice cream. And one day she was on the phone with my mom, and she was like, "Yeah, I got these new cups of ice cream. They didn't have the ones that I like, and I'll tell you, they don't got much flavor." And my mom was like, "They don't got much flavor. Like what flavor is it supposed to be?" And my grandmother was like, "Well, peanut butter. It's peanut butter flavored." And to be honest, it really isn't. About halfway through the cup, and I thought it'd get better as I got to the middle, and I'm halfway through, and it's not that good. And my mom is like, she's talking to her mom, so she's like, "Mom, what's it called?" And Grandma is like, "Frosty Paws."
Oh my God, Grandma.
My mom was like, "The one with the dog on the front? Got about 4 cups in there?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the one. You tried this one?" And my mom's like, "No, that's dog ice cream. Put it down." And my grandmother was like, "Well, I've gone this far. Barb. I'm just gonna finish it out." No, she didn't do that. But she ate dog ice cream, and that's honestly though that's how we found out about Frosty Paws. And I ended up buying it for our rescue greyhounds, and they loved it.
That's so sweet.
I remember Darla. Rest in peace, Darla. She was our female greyhound, and I remember it got to the point I used to give her Frosty Paws every night at around 9 p.m., and all I had to do was come in the room. And for anybody that knows greyhounds are just very chill dogs. They don't bark.
Huh.
They're not very hyper. You would think, people think, oh, like racing dogs. They're not. They run for like 5 minutes and then they just chill. They sit on their bed, they lay on their bed and they hang out. But I remember all I had to do was go, hey, Darla, do you want? And she would jump up and she would start jumping up and down,
Aw.
spinning in circles, and they rue. They don't bark, but they rue, which is like a low howling. They basically are like, woo, don't do that. Anybody who's had a greyhound knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I remember she used to get so excited about the Frosty Paws. And she used to come up and she used to grab it with her front teeth on the edge, and she used to go and take it back to her bed and lay in her bed and like put it against her paw and just like go to town.
Aww.
And that was her treat every night. So yeah. And then my mother used to like eating sidewalk chalk.
But
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. But
I've heard that though.
I was about to say, I don't think she's the only one. I think that's like I forget what it's called, but that's like a thing. It's like
you know what? I came close to eating something like that, but it wasn't chalk.
Okay.
And it was something that I shouldn't have been eating because it was supposed to be medicine or something. It was like these chewy. It wasn't laxatives because I would have had to shit. But it was like something for your stomach back in the day.
Shit.
And they used to come in like these little kind of like chalky tabs. But they were like a mint flavor. What was it? Tums. I used to just pop them. Like, bro, give me them Tums.
That's true. Yeah, I've had Tums a few times. You're right. Tums are mad chalky.
Tums, I don't know, but I don't know what it was as a kid. How it's like, man, grandma ain't got no sweets in the house. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
So you did it as like, I thought you genuinely had an ailment.
Yo, because I just jogged the whole memory. I was like, I used to eat chalky. And then here goes unlocking the doors of my memories. And then I remember, she, because my grandmother and my grandfather, they were already in their 50s and 60s when I was hanging out with them. And so they were, trying to eat healthier. Because back in the day, they didn't know all of that. And so by the time the damage started to be done and heart bypasses, and then you got to drastically change your diet.
Yeah.
So my grandmother
I know that heartburn was kicking ass. That's what that Tums was on deck.
Yeah.
That Tums was an essential purchase.
On deck. But they didn't also keep mad sweets in the house. Like at all. My grandfather was diabetic, so he used to. And one time I snitched on him by accident, like because he used to keep his candy. My grandfather had 2 cars, and he had his car and her car. Car she always drive, car he always drive. And one day I was hanging out with him, and he opened the trunk, and I'm like over there by the trunk, and I peeped a bag of candy.
Okay.
And I was like, "Grandma, can I have some candy?" Cause my little ass I used to go to Florida for like 2 or 3, like the whole summer when I was a kid, hang out with my grandparents.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I've been there to, however long I've been there, and I ain't get no candy. I could get a little bit of ice cream, maybe.
Okay.
If grandma had ice cream after dinner, she would give me a little ice cream, or we have watermelon. But they didn't really keep sugary shit in the house as a habit.
Okay, and as a kid, you're trying to get to it.
I'm trying to get hopped up.
Yeah, you're trying
to, what I'm saying?
Bounce off the walls a little bit.
Bounce off the walls, watch me some Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying?
Some Snick.
Yes, nick. That shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I snitched on them not on purpose. I came in the house. I was like, "Oh, grandma, I want the candy." She was like, "What candy?" I was like, "In grandpa's trunk." And he was like, "What?" He looked at me like, "Oh, damn child."
He gave you that side eye.
Yeah.
This motherfucker here.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely was on the Tums though. It was in their bathroom. It was in like my grandparents' bathroom. So that and I used to also go in there like one time when I was younger. She used to have Band-Aids, and like my mom didn't used to keep shit like that in the house. Like, I got hurt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it was one of them old school. I'll let it air dry. Let it air out.
Put a little Neosporin on it.
Neosporin, you good to go.
Little hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah. You good to go.
You're fine. See the bubbles?
But my
that
grandma,
means you're disinfected. You're fine.
She would buy the Band-Aids that were like cute. Like she knew I was coming, so she would buy the little cute Band-Aids. But what she didn't know, that I was going to find any way to put all these Band-Aids on my body.
Of course.
And that's sure as hell. I feel like every kid or a majority of kids have done this. Like, you
Put
go in
a
the
bunch of-
bathroom where you are not looking, Mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I opened the medicine cabinet and find me some Band-Aids. They got goddamn Sesame Street on them. Oh, I'm wearing all of these Band-Aids.
This is
I'm
a
wearing Big
fashion
Bird,
statement.
goddamn Oscar the Grouch, bitch. I'm wearing Elmo. We out this motherfucker Band-Aided up. I had a mosquito bite, Band-Aid. I had a little scratch on my head, Band-Aid.
Anything.
You know, I had a bruise, Band-Aid. Well, shit, I just feeling like it, Band-Aid. That's it.
Anything was an excuse
Anything.
to slap a band. I
Like
feel
I'm injured and shit.
I feel like as a kid too, the bathroom was like the one room. Because I know I got into some mischief in the bathroom. The bathroom was like the one room in the house you were allowed to lock the door. Mm-hmm. You weren't allowed to lock the door in your bedroom. I know that was a rule in my house. But you could go in the bathroom, you could lock the door.
Yeah.
And like, so, I remember my mom was a hairdresser in the 80s. And I remember she had these Lady and the Tramp stuffed animals. Real nice Lady and the Tramp. Remember Lady and the Tramp, that movie about the dogs?
Yeah,
the
with they
girl
kissing
dog and the boy
and
dog with the spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And so she had Lady and the Tramp stuffed animals. And I remember one day, very innocently, I was like, I'm going to give them a haircut.
What?
I'm gonna be a hairstylist like Mom, and I'm gonna cut the stuffed animal's hair. And I remember I took her Lady and the Tramp dolls in the bathroom.
No, the fuck you didn't.
And I butchered them.
I put your ass up for adoption that day.
I don't know how my mother didn't just tombstone pile drive me. That is one of the things. God bless my mother for not. I to this day, like, I don't remember her getting that mad about it. And I don't know how, because they were nice stuffed animals too. And yeah, to this day I look back and like I gotta say, I grew up in a household where I never was hit. You know, there was never like, you know, some households like, oh, my parent would have beat my ass. I gotta say, like, my father just was like, he had a way of talking that, like, when he would talk in a certain way that was like a laser beam.
Yeah.
And my brother was one that more pushed the boundaries.
Yeah.
And but I.
So your brother got beans.
My brother had to learn his lesson. I think self-admittedly in certain ways that I personally saw and was like, I do not want that. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna maneuver in a different way.
Yeah. Sometimes.
And it wasn't. I mean, I'm sorry, bro, but all my little brother's ass whoopings were completely warranted.
I'm saying
he deserved to get his ass whooped for some of the stuff. He would literally just like curse, just for like, he knew he couldn't, but he would just be like, "Fuck you." And then like he'd get mad and like get in an argument with my parents about something, buy Pokemon cards or something. And then he would just be like, fuck. He used to like stand on his tippy toes when he got real mad. And he would stand on his tippy toes and be like, fuck you. He didn't stutter, I should say. He would just be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And he already knew what time it was. And he would just take off upstairs and try and hide under the bed.
Like
and
that ass off.
My dad just took that wooden spoon out the drawer. And he deserved it. And but anyway, yeah, I look back now and I'm like, I would have beat my fucking ass. I would have beat
You would have beat your own ass.
I would have beat my ass. Like, if I had a time machine, I would do a lot of different things.
You would be both.
I would save Owen Hart. I would tell him not to rappel down from the ceiling, talking about wrestling. I would save Pop Smoke. I would tell him not to go to L.A.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other things I would do. And one of them would be I would hop out of a portal and in our upstairs bathroom, and I would beat my ass for giving haircuts to my mom's Lady and the Tramp stuffed animals. I would wreck it would be all wrestling moves. I would suplexes, DDTs, just cause. I remember too. Now I'm thinking about things I did when I was a kid. I remember one time my brother called the cops on me. He came in, he handed me the phone. He said, "Jesse, someone wants to talk to you." Oh, I think he said the cops. I think he said the cops want to talk to you. Oh, shit. And I was like 9, 10. And I was like, "Hello?" And the cop was like, "Is this Jesse?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "Well, your brother's telling me that you're beating him up." My brother literally like picked up the phone because we had gotten in a scrap and called 911 on me. And I think I gave it to my dad or something, and
Yeah.
it was just like he was like they got in a little brother scrap. Nothing's happening.
Oh
But
my
yeah, my brother
goodness.
like
He called the boys on
he called
you.
the boys on me. I
Damn,
guess.
yo, he was really trying.
He was trying to get me up out of there.
Hey, listen.
It's because we shared a room.
Oh,
He
boy.
wanted to get me up out of there so he could have the whole room to himself.
That's crazy.
And it's probably also because I used to put underwear on his head.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
I remember one time he came through the door and I took a pair of tighty whities and I put them clean on his head. Whoop, and then they just literally, his face just was out at one of the leg holes. He looked like a little spaceman. And he was just like taken aback for a moment, like the babies when you throw the cheese on their head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen that video? He did for a second. He just like was he was getting his bearings.
He looked like a sunny side up egg.
Yeah. So maybe I deserved it. That's pretty gnarly to do.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I used to get spanked. I feel like it's definitely like a slippery slope. You know what I mean?
It can be, right?
Because a lot of times I feel like from at least just being around like kids and like my nephew, like, he's 10. They can push your buttons. You know what I'm saying? Kids just button pushers. That's what they do. But they do it to push the boundaries to see how far.
They do to see,
you know what
like,
I'm saying?
how far. And honestly, I mean, there, like you said, it's a fine line. But at the end of the day, there is nothing that'll recalibrate your software like a good ass whooping. It works. Like people will say like violence is never the answer, and I will say probably like 80% of the time, yeah, there's probably a better way you can go about it. War, of course, all that. But I'm gonna be honest, that other 20% of the time, Raina, the 20% of the time,
I'm saying
you got some people out here that'll, they're out here acting like king shit at Turd Mountain, being real disrespectful. They get that one good, ass whooping. I'm over here eating the microphone. They get that one good ass whooping, right?
Hey, yo.
And
walk around and find out what happened to you.
And all of a sudden, they're like, I think I should apply to colleges. You know what? I want to volunteer at the homeless shelter.
Get your life together.
The library has never looked more alluring.
You're not built for that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it happened to me. You think you're a little bad, and then you get punched in the face. Who was it, Mike Tyson? Said everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. You get punched in the face a couple good times. Now I'm talking outside the home, but yeah.
Rethink things.
Yeah, it'll,
it's
reboot that hard drive.
Everybody listening, it's the people who just, that's the last recourse. Sometimes, defending yourself is never wrong.
No.
If somebody gets in your face, but sometimes... Like, it's warranted. You know what I mean?
It can be.
It can be.
Sometimes, this may be rough, but sometimes a little violence may be the answer.
My mama used to come across my booty with a little flip-flop pat.
There's a little something to kind of like set you back in line.
It didn't, and honestly, it didn't happen like that many times because I learned my fucking lesson. I didn't want to deal with that terrorizing situation.
Right, real quick. You were like, wait, oh, okay, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, no, that's not what's popping.
I don't want that.
Let me just be over here, mind my business.
Yeah,
and listen. Just be a good listener.
That sets you up for life in a way.
Yeah, it sets you up for success.
Maybe that's one of the keys to success.
I mean, there's definitely like a flip side to it. You know what I mean? Like,
of course,
how it affects the psyche. Especially like if it's something that is just what they go for. Like when the parent, all of us, that's what you're going for.
Yeah,
every
can't
time
just like,
you don't get it, as soon as the drop of a hat. Like that's the thing. You got like the parents that are just mean as fuck to their kids all the time. Like
you can't just come home coloring again.
Yeah,
and just go Ron Artest at the palace.
That makes me feel bad too. Like their parents, they're just mean as fuck to their kids. Like
there is that.
Like you do have them like that. You know what I mean? Like but it's
they didn't ask to be born.
They really didn't.
You were the one who made the decision.
You made
to do
the decision,
what you did.
and okay, so why you being me? Frustrated about life, but yeah, like I'm glad that we got together to do this because it had been a minute.
Yes, it has.
But I'm happy that you got a car now.
I do. I got a car now.
In your car adventures.
Oh God, I think maybe that'll be real quick. I don't know how much time we got left, but
you can talk about it.
This week's segment. I was thinking about this all month, no, I've been looking for a car for a while. I've been looking for a used car. I didn't want a car payment. I've been looking for a used car in initially it was gonna be about 6,000-7,000. And then I saved up about 10,000 thinking, oh, this is gonna put me in a good position, right? I'm gonna be ahead of the curve here with the car. Wrong. Like that's like 10,000 today in the used car market is like 4,000 or 5,000 was 10 years ago.
Yeah, back in the day, it's crazy.
And I think that'll be my new this week's edition of How Dare You?
Yes, let's go.
How dare you? The used car market. How dare you? How dare you charge 10,000 for a 95 Corolla
Hey, yo.
with a dented door panel, but it's got 70,000 miles. I saw cars in my search regularly that were over 130,000, some of them 150,000 miles, 15 years old and more, going for 10,000 and up.
They crazy.
And that was like regular price. How dare you?
Oh, you could take that money and go
audacity.
you could go get something pre-owned from the dealership that's newer, but you had to make payments.
You got to make payments. Yeah, honestly, it is treacherous out there in the used car market right now. Anybody who's out there looking for a used car, they know what I'm talking about. It is crazy. And then, once you find a car that is like, I found a '05 Lexus it's right in my neighborhood, because especially if you're in my position where I didn't have a car already.
Yeah.
And so you got to kind of figure out transportation, and everything is an hour away.
Right.
There's, of course, nothing in your neighborhood.
Right.
Everything is an hour away.
Yeah.
So I found one that was in my neighborhood. It was a '05 Lexus. It had, I think, 90-something thousand miles. Went, looked at it. This car had been on the lot for 2 months. I looked on the website. I got the Carfax. The car had been on the lot for 2 months, Raina. And I went there, finally looked at it, spoke to the guy. It was in the back corner of the lot. You couldn't even see it from the road.
Yeah.
So you had to know it was there to go get it. There's nobody else on the lot when I showed up. I show up, he has to jump it because it's been sitting for so long and no one's looked at it. He jumps it, it starts up, beautiful interior, nice car. I got to be honest, when I kicked the AC on, it did smell like an old person a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Pew.
It's a little stinky in the AC vents. But from what I heard, that could be fixed easily. It's nothing crazy. It was a nice car, and I was like, okay, this was a Thursday. I went to look at it. I called up my mechanic, and I said, hey, can you come with me on Monday? On Monday, I work, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Can you come with me on Monday before work? Come look at the car, possibly take a test drive, and if it's good, I'm going to buy it. It's 8,000, 90-something thousand miles, an '05, pretty much a 20-year-old car, 90,000 miles, going for 8,000, probably 9,000 with taxes and title and stuff, and that was a good deal.
Yeah.
So that's a good deal in today's used car market. I call them up Monday when they open. I say, hey, I'm going to go take that car for a test drive. And they tell me, oh, sorry, someone came in and put a deposit on it, and they're going to pick it up in a week. They're closed on Sunday. So somebody came, car had sat on a lot for 2 months. I went and looked at it on Thursday. Somebody came Friday, Saturday, and looked at it, put a deposit down on the car I was looking at. I was crushed. I literally laid in my bed and looked at my ceiling for about an hour. It's like you go through so many heartbreaks, and it's just like I said, it's just the amount of shit that you got to go through in the used car market and the prices that they're charging. Once again, how dare you? How dare you charge? But nobody's buying new cars, because new cars, I just heard the thing the other day that the average price of a new car has surpassed 50,000.
It's bananas. Depending on what you want to get.
Yeah, nobody could afford a new car anymore, so people are just holding on to their good used cars.
Yeah.
And now dealerships, when they get, if you want a Toyota, like I wanted a Toyota.
You can haggle. You can bargain now. Because they want to sell, they want to get rid of them. That's my tip to anybody that's gonna try to go buy a car, like at the dealerships. Haggle them prices, because they will try to get you to pay the most. Oh, because they get that commission. Get your ass out of there, little ass cat.
Definitely go in there and don't pay the full price.
Nah.
I will say though, Raina, that there's not a lot of haggle room. on like if it's a Toyota or a Honda, Acura or Lexus,
Right.
and it's in good condition,
Yeah.
maybe 500 off, if that, because
Yeah.
those ones they're gonna hold on to. But swing big. Like you do have the right mindset of like give it a shot.
Yeah, why not?
You never know. Yeah, don't go in there because if you go into the other way and you don't try to haggle at all,
Right.
they're gonna try and tack on all types of extra coverage and shit that you don't
Or they
need.
try to do that with us, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. When you get in there, and now they don't even have, they have the thumb, they give you a thumb drive or like the thing that has your contract on it. But your contract is like all digital now. Like all that paperwork they used to have to sign. And the guy had the desk. He had like the tablet desk.
Yeah.
So that was wild.
Wow.
But like going through it, scrolling. But they, they try to add all you want this. And I'm like, I wanted our payments to be the same or close to the same as our previous vehicle that we had.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting it that way. So again, like used car market is trash. Regular car market is kind of trash too. But
it's tough out there.
It's tough out here.
It's tough out there.
You know?
I actually ended up finding something on Hi Garbanzo. He's congratulating me on the new car. He heard about it. He's like, that's tough, man. He's like, yeah, he's been trying to find something himself. Do you know how hard it is to find a car when you're a cat?
Damn.
And,
especially when you naked.
When you naked, right? They don't dig that.
No.
But I ended up getting a 2002 Toyota Avalon, which is the Toyota Avalon was the car I was looking for. And it's a little old, but those are beautiful cars. And it is it's got 128,000 miles. I got it for $4,000.
Wow.
Which is a hell of a deal. It is in the shop right now because there's a little tapping noise in the engine. They got to figure out what that is. Hopefully it's nothing major, but even if it is, the amount of money I got it for, if I fix that engine, those cars are known for lasting a long time. So that's the one I wanted to. And I love that car too because it's a 02.
Yeah.
It's an 02 luxury car.
Yeah.
It's got all that late 90s, early 2000s luxury.
Yeah.
Like it's got the wood grain paneling.
Wood grain.
It's got the nice beige leather.
The beige leather stitch.
I feel like every car nowadays has a black interior.
Yeah.
Like back then, you had like different. I remember if you go to the 80s, they had red interiors.
Yeah.
You know, like
You gotta custom order them shits now.
Yeah, this car got the beige leather interior, got the sunroof that goes back. It's got a digital. Anybody who's got that generation Avalon knows what I'm talking about. It's got this digital screen readout in the center of the dash. The dash like sweeps across.
Yeah.
And it's like got the gauge cluster, and then it's got this rectangle screen that's green. Like an old school.
I literally, in my mind, I'm just like, that green one.
It's a lot of green. A lot of green lighting.
Yeah.
And it says little Avalon in the corner. It's got that JBL sound system.
Yeah.
And this screen, it basically just displays like what direction you're heading right in the center. It says north, south, whatever. It tells you the time. It tells you the date, the month, the date. It tells you the temperature outside. And it tells you how many miles you've gone in your trip. It'll tell you how much is left in your gas tank mile-wise. And it's this little digital, very early 2000s digital readout of all the information.
I love that.
And it's like a time capsule, Raina. It's every time I sit in that thing, I'm like,
I want to go for a ride once you get that jump back on the road,
like,
yo.
It's a nice big body too. It's like the last generation.
I love those type of
them
cars.
Square body cars.
The square body. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It is. Honestly, to me, it reminds me of like something that like a late '90s Yakuza would drive.
Not the Yakuza.
that they would hop out of the Avalon. I think in Japan it was called something else, but
Domo arigato.
That's and every time I sit in that car, like it's a great, and it glides. I was driving it today at like 65 miles an hour on the Parkway, and you would never know. It's so quiet. It just glides.
Nice.
Like you don't even feel the road, and the suspension in it is bad, but you still don't even feel the bumps.
That's cool. So imagine what it's gonna be like when you get all of that taken care of.
Once I fix, I'm gonna fix her up. I got money to spend to put into her, and I'm gonna hold on to her. They told me today at the shop, they were like, they said, listen, if you're planning to get rid of the car because it's an older car, then you could get rid of it. They said, if you're marrying the car, I'm like, I'm marrying this one. I'm holding on to this one. This is gonna be like, it's like a classic for me.
Yeah.
I said I already signed the deed. I already signed the bill, and I'm marrying this car. So it feels good. It feels good to finally have a car and get that over with. Because
congratulations, man.
It was a long road. Any big purchase is and
Yeah,
the
it
market for a home, the
Ugh,
market for a
don't
car.
get me started.
I was gonna say you're experiencing that with the home. Like it's wild out here. And again, how dare
you?
The audacity of some of the people selling these things that like. Yeah, there are not many deals out here right now.
I don't like it.
And if there are a deal, it gets scooped up
like
within 2 seconds. And let's not even talk about you got all these residential homes being scooped up by private companies.
Bro,
that's a whole nother.
It's a whole nother episode.
That's a whole nother thing. But that's happening a lot too, and that's pretty fucked up. I don't think that should be allowed to happen.
We could follow up with that next time.
Yeah. I also want to say, before we wrap it up, by the time this episode drops, it is probably would have already been my girlfriend's birthday.
Oh, snap.
Her birthday's October 24th. And I got some things planned.
I know you do. You better have some things planned.
Oh, yeah. I've had things planned for months. I've had something particularly in the works for a few months now.
Nice.
By the time this releases, she's a devout listener. She always listens right away. And this will probably be out after her birthday. And she'll know what it is that I'm speaking of at this point. I'm hoping for tears. Good tears, of course. But yeah, her birthday. So I want to say happy birthday, babe. Thank you for being in my life. You made my birthday very special. I think I mentioned on the last podcast what you did for me. And I hope that I compared to the things that you did with the things that I have done for your birthday. I think we're going to have there's a little costume party that her friends throw. Because there's also another friend of ours named Kaylee that her birthday coincides in that time period.
Okay.
So they have their birthdays together. And this will be the first birthday that I celebrate with her together. And, hopefully she enjoys
I think she's going to love it because it comes from your heart, bro. She's going to love it because it comes from your heart.
I think so, and it's been great. And once again, happy birthday, babe. Love
happy birthday, the jeweler's boo.
Yeah, I call her GC the Gem.
GC the Gem.
GC the Gem. I think did I say on the last podcast what my brother said? I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Like picking up.
Uh-huh.
All right, so yeah, that's my sappy part of the podcast. I just wanted to make sure I shouted out her for her birthday.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, love you, babe.
And we love y'all for listening.
Yes,
thanks
love you
for
guys
rocking
too.
with us. And we'll catch you
way.
on the next episode of Somebody Come Look at Us.